Live from WTOC, the Southeast News leader. The News Now starts on WTOC Plus.
Welcome to The News on WTOC Plus. I'm digital anchor Jude Bankley. We do start the new year with some serious news as a family was displaced overnight in Beaufort County after emergency crews responded to a house fire on Glaze Drive in Burton. Firefighters entered the structure searching for anyone trapped inside. Now, an adult female and 2 children were able to escape before emergency crews got there. The adult female was taken from the scene by Beaufort County EMS for non-life-threatening injuries. This fire is still under investigation, and officials say this was the 41st structural fire that Burton Fire responded to in 2025. Well, countries around the world said goodbye to 2025 overnight. Many rang in the new year with spectacular displays of lights, fireworks, and music, while nations also somberly remembered lives lost in recent tragedies. In the U.S., millions gathered to ring in the nation's 250th anniversary. CBS News' Kamal Afzali has more from London.
A stunning fireworks show over Sydney to ring in the new year. An hour before, crowds fell silent to honour the 15 victims of last month's deadly shooting attack at Bondi Beach. Hong Kong said goodbye to 2025 with a scaled-back celebration, a month after a tragic high-rise fire killed more than 150 people. In Beijing, revelers braved sub-zero temperatures at China's Great Wall to watch a light show count down to 2026. Light and fireworks lit up the skies from Dubai to Egypt's pyramids, from the Arc de Triomphe in Paris to the Thames River in London. But at Kyiv's Independence Square, lights were dimmed at midnight for a nation still at war as Ukraine enters a 4th year since Russia's full-scale invasion. Across the Atlantic in the US, Americans from sea to shining sea ushered in the nation's 250th anniversary year. The iconic crystal ball over New York's Times Square was lit up red, white, and blue to commemorate the milestone.
We're doing great as a country. We're back.
President Trump played up his first year back in office, welcoming 2026 at a New Year's Eve party at Mar-a-Lago. While in the nation's capital, images celebrating the country's history were projected onto the Washington Monument. Kamal Afzali, CBS News, London.
And this new year brings new laws for Georgia homeowners and taxpayers. Niamani Watson with our sister station has more on some of the key laws that go into effect today.
New laws for 2026 include a decrease in the state income tax and help for homeowners when it comes to storm damage. Here are some of the laws that may impact you the most. Georgia's flat state income tax will decrease again to 5.09%. It's part of a plan to get it under 5% by 2027. Listen up, drivers. Private property owners can now boot trespassing vehicles in cities that allow it. The owners are required to post warnings. And lastly, helping homeowners with disaster relief. Georgians can now create a catastrophe savings account. Senator Larry Walker III says this will give homeowners a financial cushion for repairs before disaster strikes.
And to feel comfortable going with a higher deductible on their homeowner's insurance to get that homeowner's insurance premium down.
And starting July 1st, cell phones will be banned at all K through 8th grade public schools during school hours. Reporting from downtown Atlanta, I'm Niamani Watson, Atlanta News First.
All right, and if your 2026 resolution involves budgeting, you might want to take note of some of the federal changes happening today. Social Security recipients are getting a 2.8% cost of living increase. The administration's earning test, wage cap, and maximum benefit are also going up. But Medicare Part B premium costs are rising almost $18 a month. Meanwhile, millions of people on Obamacare are facing much steeper costs because pandemic-era subsidies are gone as of today.
We're expecting that on average, premium payments are going to more than double.
Now, this is the first regular tax season with changes in effect since a bill was signed in July. Those changes include higher standard and SALT deductions, plus new breaks for seniors, car loan interest, tips, and overtime.
We're expecting that on average.
Well, today many of you may be cooking for the New Year's holiday. If you want to put those Christmas gift cards to use as well, some stores will be open, but many of them are on shortened hours. So take a look at your screen right now. Standard FedEx and UPS pickup and delivery services will be unavailable today. Retailers and grocery stores, including Walmart, Target, CVS, and Walgreens, Whole Foods, and Kroger will be open, but they all have modified hours. Trader Joe's and Costco will be closed today. And another heads up for the new year, the USPS is changing its postmark process, which could affect the way you send important mail like bills and ballots. For decades, the postmark used to show when mail was accepted by the post office. It was used as proof that an individual met a deadline, such as a ballot on Election Day. However, now the postmark will reflect the date an envelope is first processed by an automatic sorting machine, not the drop-off date. Time-sensitive mail should now be mailed several days before a given deadline. All right, well, if you've already made your New Year's resolution or your vision board, you're not alone. But here's the challenge. Many of us fail before the end of January. But here's the thing. Your brain might be working against you, so you might want to consider a different style of goal setting. Resolutions have been around for 4,000 years. That's according to Clemson professor Danny Weathers. But streaks, those are pretty new. Apps like Duolingo, MyFitnessPal, and Strava for running are turning goal setting into a game with notifications to remind you to keep playing. For some people in the low country, those reminders work. That pressure to keep up a streak motivates them. But for others, it's about meeting a long-term goal instead of a daily one. Professor Weathers says the key to starting a resolution is defining one specific action to consistently do. Daily reminders can build lasting habits if that motivates you.
I did a survey of people who have daily streaks of running at least 1 mile, and there was over 40% of the people in the survey who began their streaks on January 1st. People feel pressure to keep up their streaks. It's a bigger goal, and people like to achieve goals. So we have the daily behavior is a short-term goal, maintaining the streak is a longer-term goal. So people are motivated for that reason, but not all people are equally motivated by streaks.
And experts say to start small with your resolutions, pick one action, set that daily reminder, and give yourself permission to find what motivates you, whether that's a streak or a longer-term goal. Over time, that streak of yours might become your newest habit, so start day one. All right, well, in entertainment news, the music and lyrics to Georgia's official state song enters into the public domain today. It is important to note the famous Ray Charles rendition of Georgia on My Mind will still be under copyright protection. Turning now to sports, the last practice has been finished. The field has been painted. The final handshake has been shaken, and it's about time for the Sugar Bowl. Georgia and Ole Miss play in the College Football Playoff quarterfinal tonight. Bailey Burmaster with our sister station in Atlanta is getting you ready for kickoff from the Big Easy.
It's going to be a showdown of two SEC powerhouses. One, Ole Miss head coach Pete Golding said he didn't want because the SEC teams are just built differently. It was this exact matchup that handed the Rebels their only loss of the season when the Dogs finished on top 43-35. The first 12-team playoff in 2024 produced as many rematches, just one, as there had been in the entire 10-year history of the 4-team system. This year, though, the number of rematches spiked. 2 of the 4 games in the first round of the 2025 College Football Playoff alone were rematches. But this isn't the first time this year the Dogs have had to face a familiar foe for a second time in the season.
You know, they're still the same team that we played before. You know, it just one coaching change doesn't really change the fact that they still had the good offense that they have. Because I don't think they lost any players. I don't think any players left that they have. So they still have a really good offense that we had win against the first time we played them, so I'm just trying to get prepared for that.
The bad news for Georgia fans is in 3 of the 4 total playoff rematches, the team that lost earlier in the season ended up on top. The good news is this Georgia defense is vastly different than what we saw in mid-October. Reporting in New Orleans, Bailey Burmaster, Atlanta News First.
All right, and finally, this is a cool story. Many kids dream of puppies or bicycles under the Christmas tree, but for one young boy, that gift makes his eyes light up, and it comes with a lesson, too.
I'm only sleeping on Jimmy Carter.
So you got your Jimmy Jammies.
Yeah.
You got your Jimmy Carter blanket.
Yeah.
And you got your
Jimmy Carter pillow.
Perfect. Love it.
All right, and a now viral TikTok video, 5-year-old Ryan Ramos from New Jersey unwraps a pillow, blanket, and pajamas, lovingly dubbed Jimmy Jammies. Former President Jimmy Carter died 1 year ago this week at 100 years old. Ryan's mom, Lauren, says while other kids look up to superheroes or star athletes, Jimmy Carter is Ryan's hero.
What do you like about Jimmy Carter?
That he was really build houses for other people.
And it's nice to instill those morals in my children. Like that's, I think I put on one of my videos, like that's the goal of all this, is to raise kind, empathetic men. So if I could do that, and he's got the right idea with his values, so hopefully everyone else will catch on and the world could be a better place.
And Ryan doesn't just admire Carter, he follows his example as well. Last year, he helped build a play set for a family through Habitat for Humanity. That's the nonprofit Jimmy Carter partnered with for more than 3 decades. All right, and with that, we are going to wrap things up this morning for the news on WTOC Plus. We'd like to wish y'all a happy new year. We'll be back in just about 45 minutes for a look at your New Year's Day forecast with Andrew Gordon. He'll be joining us at the top of the hour at 11 o'clock. And in the meantime, you can always head on over to our website to catch the latest stories and updates. That's at WTOC.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll now join Local News Live in progress.